Hi, Shereen here. Welcome back. Let's continue. So in the previous video, I shared 6 lessons I think you should take away from COVID-19, the coronavirus. It's March 24th, 2020, and the world is grappling with the coronavirus. Of course, life will go on. At least I'm optimistic that it will. And so we should take the time now that we are home, yes, and some of us are bored to death. Some of us don't know what to do with ourselves. Well, you can use the time to go over these points that I'm sharing with you. All right, let's continue. We're on to number 7. So, number 7 is assess your relationships. You must, you must, you must. You must assess the people in your life. Are they worth being in your life? Are they worth your time? Seriously, it's something to think about because it's easy, especially in the age, right, of social media. Many people make the big mistake of thinking that, your friend or the person who is important is the person who likes a post, the person who comments on a social media post. No, no, no. It's way deeper than that. And it's not only about blood, right? You're related by blood. You have to assess the people in your life to determine if they should be there at all. I'm shouting, right? Pardon me. I'm passionate about this. Right? So you want to go for quality and not quantity. You want people who you can call upon, people you can talk to, people who are authentic, they are sincere, they mean you well. Yes, you have to take stock. You have to look closely at the people in your life. We're in the thick of COVID-19 now, right? Who is calling you? Who calls to ensure that you are fine, that you have enough supplies, you have enough water, right? You have enough money in the case of, an emergency, you need to go to the hospital. I don't know, right? You need to look a little deeper than, you need to look way past social media because we're not talking about acquaintances here. We're not talking about a coworker who gives a pleasant greeting or a warm smile. We're going way deeper than that. So take a moment to assess the people in your life. You don't want shallow people. You don't want seasonal people when everything is dandy, bright and bloomy and prosperous. No, you want the real deal, as they say, the real McCoy. You want people who are there for you through thick and thin, people who will be honest with you, people who will tell you the truth, whether it hurts or not. Those are the the rare find, right? And you must keep those people close to you, near and dear to you. All right. Number 8. Let's do this. Let's do this. Number 8. What's next? You must ask that question. It is a very important question, right? Life after COVID-19, life now, right? As we're now facing COVID-19, you must take the time to assess yourself, whether it's monthly, quarterly, yearly. What's next? What's next, right? After every, I'm looking at my notes here, after every downturn or misfortune or even illness, sickness, there is a turnaround. It's similar to the seasons, right? After summer, then we have fall, and then we have winter or spring, and right, that cycle. So now that we're in a slump, so to speak, right? A health crisis, that's what it really is. But we must ask ourselves, what happens after this? And so you want to steer your life in the direction that you want it to go. You shouldn't be sitting and waiting for things to happen. You need to plan, think, 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 plan, and make the necessary changes, steps, take the actions to make it happen. You don't want to be like a boat on water just drifting. No, you want to steer that boat to where you want to go, and that boat is your life. You must determine where, what direction you want it to go in, right? Um, Take this seriously. It is well worth it in the medium and long term. It matters, right? Think about what's next. What do you want? Number 9, moving along. Who have you or who can you help? My friend, we're not in this world for ourselves. We shouldn't be selfish and self-centered. We are a community. We are. We are a community. Whether it's a close-knit community, whether it's a distant, right, or not so connected community, but we are a community, irrespective of what we look like, the language we speak, right? And if you couldn't ask for a better example than the crisis that we are facing now. COVID-19 started in China. Here we are, wherever on planet Earth you are, I'm in the United States, and I am affected by it, right? So, who have you and who can you help? We must be kind, we must be thoughtful, we must think about those outside of our household. So, how can you do this? How can you help? How can you reach out? How can you be a good in business? I think they call it being a good corporate citizen. Well, how can you be a good citizen? How can you be neighborly? Right? Even if you don't know your neighbors, it's not limited to the person immediately, within close proximity or within close proximity to your house, right? Neighbor, the person at the supermarket could be your neighbor. In other words, we are a community. And how can we help each other? Can you volunteer? Can you give a sound piece of advice? Can you give a listening ear? Listening ear? Yeah, those are ways that you can help. And certainly, if you have the financial means, can you extend that to someone who needs it? Some of us earn more than others. And so, if you can help in whatever way you can, think about how much better we will be as citizens, global citizens, citizens of the world. So, wherever you are, if you can think about that, think about how you can make someone else's life better, right? So we're not limited to money, but if you have the financial means, please think about it. Think about it. All right? And it's drum roll for number 10. But before I share number 10 with you, I want to thank you for your time. I want you to know how much I appreciate your time. And I want to invite you to visit my website. And if you have any questions, I would be so happy to answer them for you. So, my website is myname.com, ShereenGillings.com. Right? Go on the website, look, browse, make yourself comfortable, see what I'm about, see what I'm offering. And if you have any questions, I'd be so happy to answer them for you. Right? So, in addition to that, while we're at it, if you like this video, please share it. Give it a thumb up. Ta-da! Thumb up, up, right? And I don't know about you, but when I find something that I think is interesting, enlightening, worthwhile, engaging, I like to share it. So if you found this video helpful, insightful, enlightening, all the terms, words you can think of, please share it. I would certainly appreciate it. All right. Again, thank you for your time. I do appreciate it. Number 10. Ta, 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 ta. Okay. What's the lesson from this? What will you learn from this? What will you take away? So this video is 10 lessons. Let me be certain I'm saying the correct thing. 10 lessons from COVID-19. 10 lessons you can take away from COVID-19. 10 lessons you can learn from COVID-19. So number 10 is, what's the lesson? What have you learned? Because no matter what happens, if it's something negative, it's not ideal, it's not what you want, right? There are lessons, whether they are obvious or they are subtle lessons to be learned. And in every experience that you have, something happened that went totally awry, right? It got under your skin, you're disgusted, you're enraged. There is a big lesson in it for you. So for COVID-19, what's the lesson? What will you take away from it? Having experienced this, how will you benefit from it? How will you be a better person? In what way, right? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about this seriously. Take the time, write it down, so that it will make a mark on your mind. Yeah. Because it will be different for each person. We think differently. We have different personalities, different perspectives. We do, right? But think about the lessons. And are you up for a bonus? I like a bonus. I think a bonus is a good idea. A good idea. All right, guess what the bonus is? What's your true financial situation? Can I tell you, as I watch the newscasts, as I follow the media and all the reports, I think some people are more concerned about their financial situation than they are about contracting COVID-19. It's that serious. Some people don't know how they are going to pay their mortgage or their rent. Some people don't know if they can buy food. So, I want you to think about your finances as something that should take priority. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Your aim as an adult is to reach financial independence. You should be able to buy what you want when you want. You should be able to sustain yourself financially. Because if not, you will be dependent on the people or the person who will do that for you. So, take the time to assess what's happening. What are you spending your money on? I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. But what I will say is you must give priority to gaining financial independence, being financially stable, being able to support yourself, right? And not have to stay up at night and wonder how, and wonder who you can call or which organization you can reach out to. Maybe initially you'd have to do that, but in the long term, that's not what you want to do. You want to be able to be financially free. This reality hit me when I moved to the United States. I realized that, guess what? If you have no money, they have a term, your goose cook. Your goose cook. Because if you have no money, I don't know how you are going to make it out. So don't treat this casually. You must make it a priority, right? To have your money and to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's that important. And not just for the short term, for the medium and long term. Yeah. You want to be able to buy assets. You want to buy assets that will increase. Yes. You want to be able to treat the people you love, the people who are important to you, your children, your parents, right? Anyone, even by extension, the community. Maybe you can donate, but I believe in addressing first and foremost the issues that are important to you first. So even before you extend yourself to the community, take care of your financial matters at home first. And when you are at a certain level, then you can extend yourself. All right. On that note, I want to again say thank you so much for your time. I appreciate so much the interest that you have shown. And I want you to know that I do not take it for granted. It means a lot to me. I do appreciate it. So you take care. Take care of your family and those who are dear to you. Stay well, and we will talk soon. Bye bye. Ciao.